La Liga has a serious problem with Real Madrid, especially after they signed one of Europe's most promising young talents, a player who was unknown to the general public just a year ago. A rare talent, whom Real Madrid went out and signed for 140 million euros. A player every European club dreamed of having, including the likes of Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool. And yes, Real Madrid have snatched the Bundesliga's best-kept secret. A player capable of tearing any deep-lying defence apart in 2 touches, causing utter chaos during transitions, and bringing that raw hunger that only players with a thirst for victory possess. This modern winger is capable of playing on both the left and right flanks. The signing of Yan Diomandé was not just a shrewd move, but a necessary one. It is not just another transfer. He is the missing tactical piece that has the potential to transform a star-studded attack into a weapon of mass destruction. That is why Real Madrid wrote the check for the Ivorian phenomenon. To understand the impact of this signing, one must understand where Yan Diomandé comes from. Because, at just 19 years old, the youngster has not followed the traditional path through European youth academies at all. He was playing at a secondary school football academy in the United States, where he was scouted by Leganés, a Spanish club, for whom he played 10 matches and scored 2 goals, bearing in mind that his debut came against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, coming on as a substitute late in the game. The player's potential was already evident, and barely 4 months later, RB Leipzig signed him for 20 million euros in July 2025. In less than 2 years, he went from being a virtually unknown player to one of the transfer market's biggest prospects. In his first proper season in the Bundesliga, he didn't just show promise, he truly lived up to his talent and quickly made his mark. He was one of the league's most unpredictable players, making a huge impact with his pace and exceptional dribbling ability. An explosive player capable of single-handedly changing the pace of a match. A phenomenon who was already tipped for greatness thanks to his potential. Last season with Leipzig, he scored 12 goals and provided 9 assists in 33 Bundesliga matches at the age of 19, in his very first full season at the highest level in Europe. But the most impressive thing isn't even that. Diomandé was the player with the most successful dribbles in the entire Bundesliga, not one of the best, the best. At the age of 19, in such a physical and intense league, Leipzig finished 3rd, securing their place in the Champions League, and Diomandé was one of the key contributors. He was also the 3rd best dribbler in Europe this season, behind Jeremy Doku and Lamine Yamal, and ahead of players such as Vinicius Jr., Michael Olise, and Kylian Mbappé. But whilst his season at Leipzig laid the foundations, the real seismic shift on the global stage took place during the World Cup. It was there, in full view of the whole world, and wearing the Ivory Coast Elephants shirt, that Diomandé stepped into a whole new dimension. Promoted to the starting lineup at just 19 years of age in the world's biggest tournament, the youngster didn't just play, he dominated the competition. Up against the world's top nations, Diomandé put in some outstanding performances that had observers in awe. He was one of the players who single-handedly drove the Ivorian attack. He finished the tournament as one of the players with the highest number of successful dribbles during the group stages, before his team were knocked out. A dribbling machine. His first 3 steps are exceptionally powerful. He's a natural at breaking through defences. When a defence is packed with 10 men at the back, you need players capable of creating individual opportunities without waiting for a collective shift. He can play on the right, on the left, or cut inside. He can get behind the defence. He can create in tight spaces. A versatile player, he's right-footed but very comfortable on both sides. And for Mourinho, that's worth its weight in gold. One that is often absent in young, fast wingers is that they would benefit from better decision-making skills and finishing. This young player is more than just another player running towards the corner flag without a real plan. He possesses a great ball vision when running towards the goal. He is capable of utilising his both feet efficiently. Young players possess quickness, but not many of them display such excellent goal-scoring ability typical of young wingers. He has learned how to apply his skill set effectively by knowing when to optimize crossing, shooting, and ball possession. Now, we have to focus on his intensity and mindset. This player always gives his best effort in every match. He is aware of the pressing game and brings his strong physique to the pitch. He takes certain risks in the game. He relentlessly continues to go forward. This is exactly the type of player that Mourinho admires. Analyzing Mourinho's style of play, it is evident that he has always been a fan of vertically attacking football, highly efficient while counter-attacking and waiting in patience for 10 minutes only to destroy the opponent with just 3 passes. In order for this tactic to work flawlessly, it is necessary to have continuous depth in the attack. Wingers who constantly make runs into space, carrying the ball 30 to 40 meters and immediately throwing the opposition off balance. Players with intensity, capable of causing damage the moment the ball is won back. And Diomandé is that player. He's not just another young talent, he's the sort of player Real no longer had. A player capable of breaking through defenses in high-intensity one-on-one situations, capable of operating in deep areas, and capable of adapting to various systems. In a squad where Mbappé and Vinicius are already established, he isn't coming in to replace them straight away. He's coming in to create some very interesting rotation options and to become, in the medium term, a key player. If you only have players who ask for the ball at their feet to link up, you'll get pinned back by teams that sit deep. Mourinho needed a player capable of stretching the pitch, posing a constant threat on the opposite flank when play shifts to the left, and, above all, applying ultra-aggressive high pressing when the ball is lost. Diomandé brings that raw energy, a specific type of player capable of creating danger on his own. He's the sort of player who was sorely missing from Real Madrid's squad rotation to vary their tactical setups during matches. What does it look like on the pitch when you field Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappé and Yan Diomandé? On paper, it's quite simply unstoppable. With this trio, Real Madrid's attack will have 3 specific objectives: to vary their playing styles, to catch the opposition off guard, and to maintain a constant level of intensity. On the left, Vinicius, with his pace and his dribbling in tight spaces, continues to isolate the fullbacks, provoke them, and draw 2 or even 3 defenders towards him. Kylian Mbappé operates centrally, with the freedom to attack the half spaces, drop deep, or cause havoc behind the centre-backs with his clinical finishing. Yan Diomandé, meanwhile, takes the right flank, and that's where the trap snaps shut. For months, opposing defences have focused 70% of their attention on Real's left flank. The result? The right flank was often left unmarked. With Diomandé on the right, you can no longer blindly shift towards Vinicius. If the opposition closes down the left, a simple switch of play puts Diomandé in a one-on-one situation against an isolated fullback. And in a one-on-one, as we saw in Leipzig, Diomandé is a guaranteed nightmare. Another strength of this trio is the way their movements complement one another. Diomandé can hold the touchline to leave space in the centre for Mbappé to run into, just as he can cut inside to attack the far post from Vinicius's swerving crosses. It is a trio of pure speed never before seen in the modern history of football. The centre-backs will have to deal with Mbappe's runs into space, whilst the full-backs will be under constant pressure for the full 90 minutes. If you mark Vinicius, Diomandé will tear you apart on the other flank. If you drop back, Mbappé won't hold back with his devastating shots. If you press, they'll hit you on the counter. It's a tactical nightmare. So why on earth did Real Madrid sign Yan Diomandé? The reason is rather straightforward. Because Real is not simply creating a team to win this season, they are establishing the building blocks that would guarantee their supremacy for the upcoming 10 years. They acquired an incredibly experienced and adaptable who is able to bypass any defense, fit into any rotation lineup, and add a necessary touch of craziness sometimes lacking during the Champions League games. However, with PSG and Liverpool willing to pay incredible money, Real Madrid showed the best result at the right moment. Yan Diomandé is not just a potential superstar, he is the future. He is an important figure in Mourinho's strategy, and if everything goes to plan, in 2 or 3 years' time, he'll be talked about as one of the best wingers in the world.